What's up, Wizards fans? It's me, Caramingo, and this is Wiz Nation. And today is the season preview show. We're going to talk about my thoughts going into the year, my bold prediction, fan bold predictions, my East standings, my West standings, and what to come this season for my show. So let's get started with how the Wizards got disrespected in the all-season where we're being a 6 or 7 seed in the West. So check this out. So yeah, you saw ESPN guys being the 7th seed in the East, and ESPN guys being the 6th seed, winning 44 games, which obviously they go by based on what you did last year, not what you did now because season hasn't started yet. But to me, I think Wizards improved a lot based on what we did this off season, which I'm gonna get to the player in just a moment. And here's another thing that got me ticked off. This time is about John Wall. So take a look at this. Now, how is 31 players better than John Wall? Answer me that. How is 31 guys better than John Wall? Because of last year or team success? I don't know. Like, I'm going to get to a point. If Kawhi Leonard played 9 games, so is he a top 10 player? Who knows? They still give him respect because he's a champion, he has success and all that, but I don't know. But I like what John said during the media day. He said about third guy by John Wall, he said, prove it, which I like that. So hopefully he gets back to his 2017 days, not what he did last year when he got injured, played half the year, and then he had a monster playoffs. He lost in the first round. So we'll see. I hope he gets back to his 2017 ways and just stay healthy going to the year. And now let's get to the team, to the roster. We still got John, we still got Brad, Otto, Keith, Kelly, Sato, and the new guys in Austin Rivers, Jeff Green, and Dwight Howard. First, let's go to Austin Rivers. When we got him for Gortat, I was like, what? Because when Gortat got traded, everyone was all happy, but I was like, thank you, Gortat, for a good 5 years. But getting Austin Rivers was big. He can give you buckets off the bench. He can fill in for John, Brad, or even Otto, because we can put 3 guards in at the same time. So in case either when Wall or Bill Porter gets injured or whatever, can miss a game or so, he can fill in and make up for his points and all that. And get now to Jeff Green. I've been wanting Jeff Green for years. Want Jeff Green, cause I know he's been killing us in the past. Where some game he can get like 4 points one game against another team, and when paying us, he gets 20 or 25 or even 30. And now it's on our side. I like where this is going. He's coming home, back at Cameron Reed played in Georgetown days. And now I want to get to Dwight Howard. Getting Dwight was huge. Cause I know fans, they wanted DeMarcus Cousins during the summer. I did also. But getting Dwight was big to replace Marcin Gortat. He'll give you rebounds, defense, block shots, better pick and roll offense, all that. He will fill in perfectly for this team. He's going to love playing with John. Because I think Dwight has never played with a point guard like John. And Steve Nash doesn't count Lakers because he was getting old and his days were being numbered. So I'm going to love the Wall and Dwight combo alongside with Bradley Beal. And I want to get to this. People asked me a question about who's your DC Death Row lineup, meaning like your best lineup going to the fourth quarter and all that. To me, it doesn't matter which line we choose because we can put in anybody we want. We can put even Wall, Beal, Rivers, Otto, and Keith, or even Wall, Rivers, Green, Keith, and Dwight. You name it. It can be any line we can choose. Even our bench can fill and go with Sato and Rivers and Oubre and Green, Mahimi. You name it. We can put in veteran guys on the floor or young guys on the floor. We got so many weapons that we can go from any game we want. But when playoff comes, it's a different story because you got to adjust and all that. But this lineup is going to be awesome to watch. Cause I think, to me, this is the most deepest team we had in my 18 years as a Wizards fan. I've got to tell you that this is my 18th season as a long Wizards fan. Started back in 2001, but we're going to take a little break. Coming up, bold predictions, my predictions, and a fan poll prediction. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
And at guard 6'4" from Kentucky, welcome to DC, number 2, John Wall.
Play by Arenas, picked up by Blatch, back to Gilbert, and the alley-oop, one-handed slam for Wall. Magnificent play by John Wall, who one-handed flushed, paired up together, and it doesn't get much better than that. Wizards up by 11.
And the Jello's jiggling. This one's over, baby. Put it in the refrigerator.
Cousins will put an exclamation mark on the pass to Wall. Hanging high, swinging from side to side.
I guess he said I'm going to return the favor. Yeah, definitely. I mean, what is it but not to get loose? I mean, it's fun. It's the rookie sophomore game. Hey, have a great time. He did do the Dougie, Kevin. And Kevin just coached his man to do the Dougie for me. We're having a good
Welcome back, Wiz Nation. And now it's time for bold predictions. I'm doing my bold predictions first, and the fans' bold predictions I posted on Twitter. So let's get to it. My bold predictions. So here we go. Austin Rivers will win Sixth Man of the Year award. I said Rivers Sixth Man of the Year because he'll give you buckets off the bench and fill in for John and Brad or Otto. And depends who gets hurt now. So he's capable of doing it. He did average like 15 a game last year or 16, whatever. But if he averaged like at least 13 or 14 off the bench, then he can do it. So see what he does this year. Wizards will have a double-digit winning streak. Oh, we needed a double-digit winning streak because in my years as Wizards fans, we have never had a double-digit winning streak. I can't imagine we ever had one. I think the highest we had was 9 or 8 with Michael Jordan. But in the John Wall days, we had 7. But we're due for a long winning streak to at least 10 to 15 games, or maybe 13. So, but we did have a significant home win streak, but not no current win streak. But if we can get to a 10-game win streak or 15-win streak, then we'll be a force in the Eastern Conference or in the league. Scott Brooks wins his second Coach of the Year award. He can do it. Scott Brooks can win Coach of the Year. Because if we won 4-3, 4 for last year or something like that, we get from 44 wins to, like I say, 58, 59 to top teams in the conference, then he can do it. He might get Coach of the Year if we go from 8 to 1. That'd be a big improvement to our team. And now it's time for the fans' bold predictions. This weekend on Twitter, I said, fans, give me your bold predictions for the season. So let's check them out. At JT_HoopsDreams11 writes, Wiz will make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Oh, most definitely, man. I can definitely see the Wiz going to Eastern Conference Finals. I know everyone's saying Toronto versus Boston or favorite versus Boston, but I think we're going to surprise people this year and we can get to the Eastern Finals. And hopefully we play Boston, because what I think, what I'm going to get to in a moment, that in order to get Eastern Finals is get to one of those top 3 seeds, because when we were 4 or 5, we ran to number 1 and we always lose. So if you get either 1, 2, or 3, then we have a shot. If you're 4 or 5 or 6, it's going to be tough. So we'll see what happens. At Kid Kinsey writes, Wall, Beal, and Dwight will be all-stars. Oh, I can definitely see Wall, Beal, and Dwight being all-stars. If we're in the top 3 in the Eastern Conference. If we win games, then those 3 can be all-stars. I can see Wall and Beal being all-stars, but Dwight, it's possible he can make it. So I like that bold prediction, man. So hope Dwight balls out of last year. At Real Mr. Perfect writes, Troy Brown will become a Rookie of the Year candidate. Ooh, I don't know about Troy Brown being Rookie candidate. Only way it happens is someone gets seriously injured and Troy Brown comes in and surprise me. But I don't see Troy Brown coming in right out the gate. He's a project, like we saw what Otto and Uber were when they were rookies, that they come on the bench during garbage time. So if he can come in and contribute early, then he has a shot. But I don't think he rookie candidate. He may improve next year. At JNation93 writes, Wall wins MVP. Oh, Wall being MVP. I like that. If you saw his ballerslife.com when work avails, when he said, I don't care about best media conference, I care about MVP. If he average like 23 and 11 and they're the top seed in his conference, then I can see MVP. Like James Harden last year, they're no more seed best team in the league, and he was number 1 scorer in the league. You have MVP. And same LeBron James during Miami Heat days and Irving in Cleveland, best team in the league, MVP. Same with Derrick Rose. It wasn't amazing, but he got MVP because they're the best team in the league. But if John can do some spectacular things and be the best team in the league, or one of the top 2 seeds in each conference, or top 5 in the league, I can see him being MVP. At Mike Rob 38 writes, Wizards will be in the top 10 in both scoring offense and scoring defense. I don't know about the scoring defense, but scoring offense, yes. We got a lot of offense on our team, but defense has a lot of work because we've been lacking defensively ever since Scott Brooks took over as head coach. We haven't been a top 10 defense team since Rain Whitman was head coach. But if Dwight, John, Otto, Keith come in and play defense, not as a team defense, but as a team defense, come in and do things together, then we're going to be a dangerous team in the league. So now coming up, I'm going to take a little break. It's time for my predictions for the West standings. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thanks again, Mark. The 3rd pick in this year's draft will be made by the New Jersey Nets. The second pick goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. And that means the number 1 pick in the 2010 NBA draft will be made by the Washington Wizards.
Well, that is the second time that the Washington Wizards have had the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. The last time they had the pick was in 2001 when they selected Kwame Brown. The Wizards, with a lot of time between now and June 24th, to decide who they will select as number 1 in the NBA draft. And right now, let's join Heather Cox standing by with Ted Leonsis. Heather?
And here's the commissioner, David Stern.
With the first pick in the 2010 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select John Wall from the University of Kentucky.
As strong as that Kentucky program is, John Wall is the first Kentucky player ever selected number 1 overall.
That's a surprise. Congratulations.
Welcome back, Wiz Nation. And now it's time for my West standings. So, here we go. Number 8, the New Orleans Pelicans. Now that was a tough one. I was going to say Minnesota, but since I'm hearing rumors about Jimmy Butler getting traded to who knows where, I picked New Orleans because you got Anthony Davis, one of the top 5 players in the league. And I like what they did this summer. They picked up 3 key players. They picked up for Payton, Julius Randle, and Jahlil Okafor. I don't know about Payton, but I know he's going to replace Rajon Rondo. But adding Randle is big for New Orleans. He ain't gonna do what DeMarcus did, but you know, he can still be a key rebounder for that team, even though Davis is the best rebounder on the team. And adding Okafor, I hope Okafor gets back to his way in the Nets, because I like his potential in Nets. So if he can come in and contribute right away, then New Orleans can be a playoff team. Number 7, the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I understand no one's getting San Antonio a lot of credit because the Big 3 era is gone. No Tony Parker, no Manu Ginobili, no Tim Duncan. But you cannot count out Popovich, the best coach in the NBA. I know they traded Kawhi Leonard to Toronto for newly acquired player DeMar DeRozan, who's also an all-star. People forget that he's a 4-time All-Star or something like that. And you still got Aldridge. You still got Rudy Gay and Pau Gasol. And look out for this kid, DeJounte Murray. Cause I think he can be most important player in the league. And you still got a bench. And I said this every time for Spurs. Popovich always picks up guys who would never play in the NBA. Just pick them from the street and they contribute right away. So do not sleep on San Antonio. Number 6, the Denver Nuggets. Now, to me, Denver is the team to look out for this year. I got them at 6 because they got proven so. Because last year they missed the playoffs on the final 9 of the year. But if Paul Millsap can stay healthy the entire year, I know he missed a lot during the season. He didn't play till I think March or whatever, something like that, right after the All-Star break. But yeah, the whole year, they're a playoff team. And I like the addition of Isaiah Thomas coming there, because I think he may be a 6-man candidate, because I don't think Jamal Murray and Isaiah going to start together, because that's 2 small guards playing on that. That's a mismatch. Got like who they got. He got Murray, you got Harris, you got Jokic, who I think will be All-Star this year. So, and Will Barton as well. I like that team. I like how they kept the team intact. So, see what they do this year. Number 5, the LA Lakers. Now, the reason I said Lakers are 5 is because I know LeBron James is the man, but it's a lot of competition in the West you gotta get through. I know they added 4 guys. They added Rondo, Lance, JaVale McGee, all that, but they didn't add a second, third star to LeBron James, which he had over the last few years. And you got Kuzma and Randall, and you still got Lonzo Ball. But Lakers, I want to see what they can do because everyone's saying they're going to the finals, they're going to conference finals, but we shall see. And before I get to number 4, I think they're going to have a tough time in the beginning of the year. Then they're going to get together in December and January, then see what happens. But the Western Conference is tough. So, good luck, LeBron James. Good luck. Number 4, the Utah Jazz. Now, this is my sleeper team in the West, the Jazz. Yes, they kept the team intact. I hope they, with their playoff run they had last year, beating Oklahoma City in the first round and challenging Houston to five games in the second round. And I like that kid Mitchell. You still got Rubio, you got Gobert, you got Jay Crowder and all that, Ingles, Favors. So I like what they did. Yeah, they kept the team together to build off success what they did last year. So Utah, don't sleep on Utah this year. Watch out for them. Number 3, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I want to put in number 2, but I got them at 3 because Westbrook needs surgery. Who knows? He may be for 1 week or 2 weeks to start the year. But to me, they won the offseason when they acquired Nerlens Noel, trade for Dennis Schroeder. They re-signed Paul George. They dumped Carmelo Anthony. But my concern is just the bench. That's my concern. But as long as I got Westbrook and Paul George, Steven Adams, alongside Noel and Schroeder, it can be a dangerous thing this year. So, Oklahoma City, well done this offseason. Y'all improved a lot. But here's my prediction for Thunder. If they lose in the first round this year, then I think Bidoff and their coach is gone. So, I'm going to keep an eye on the Thunder this year. Number 2, the Houston Rockets. Yes, Rockets at number 2. You still got CP3 and James Harden. And they acquired Carmelo Anthony. But I like what they did. I was going to put them at 4, but when they acquired this kid, Marquise Chris and Brandon Knight on the trade to Phoenix, then they're back intact. I like what it did because Marquise Chris brings some energy at the power forward position, can run perfect with Mike D'Antoni's system, and Brandon Knight, he's a great backup point guard. But hope he's okay from the ACL injury. He didn't play the entire year last year with Milwaukee. No, Milwaukee. He played for Phoenix last year. So Houston, y'all back, but can y'all make that championship this year? We shall see. Number 1, the Golden State Warriors. Of course, Warriors number 1 because they're the champs, and they acquired DeMarcus Cousins, which he will be out for the first couple months of the year. He'll be back in January, February, and it'll still be a dangerous thing. So, done talk about Warriors, they're the champs, and probably might win it all again, but we shall see. And we'll take another short break. It's time for my East standings, so stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.
Forces the 7th Cleveland turnover. Arenas pushing it up. Gilbert from long range. Got it! Three-pointer for Gilbert Arenas. And the Wizards, with a stunning comeback to end the first quarter, are right back in this game after trailing by as many as 15. Gilbert Arenas with a monster 3, and Washington ends the period.
At number 2, down by 3, the Wizards turn to Gilbert Arenas.
Looking to inbound, Arenas puts up the 3. Oh! Gilbert Arenas ties the game.
See, you got to close him out. If that's how you're going to play, you got to close him out, Mike. And Arenas gets a terrific look. Now, this is just spectacular.
Welcome back, Wizards Nation. And now, time for my East standings. Let's do it. Number 8, the Chicago Bulls. Yes, this is my surprise team this year, the Chicago Bulls. I love the Jabari Parker addition, but if he stays healthy the entire year, they're going to surprise a lot of people. Like going to their core with Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter Jr., their draft pick, and Bobby Portis, 6-man, and he got Dennis Valentine. So if they can surprise a lot of people this year, so watch out for them. Number 7, the Detroit Pistons. I gotta go Detroit because Blake Griffin, Iron Drummond, full season. Can't go wrong with that. Plus, they added Dwayne Casey as new head coach of the Detroit Pistons. They got Ray Jackson, Stanley Johnson, and whoever's on that team, but we'll see what they do this year. But Detroit is a little, iffy to me, because I don't know if Blake and Andre gonna gel in their first full year together. But I got them in the playoffs just because of Blake and Andre, them duo. So we'll see. Number 6, the Milwaukee Bucks. Now I know everyone's saying, why put Milwaukee at number 6? Because they got proved that they won't be in that top 5, top 4, top 3 range. Because I know they got the Greek freaking Giannis, who's a top 5 player in the league. And they added Brook Lopez. You still got Bledsoe, Middleton, Brogdon, Don Maker, the draft pick, DiVincenzo from Villanova. But this year they got proved they'd be in the top 5. And plus, they added Mike Budenholzer, who's one of the top coaches in the league, which he has proven in Atlanta, except for last year when he had a down year with the worst team in the East. So, Milwaukee, they're my eye test this year because they got to show me that it will be in the top 3 and finally get out that first round, which I haven't done in like 18, 19 years, whatever. Number 5, the Indiana Pacers. Yes, Pacers at 5. They're going to be in the 5th seed like last year. They added Tyreke Evans, Kyle Quinn, Doug McDermott, alongside with All-Star Victor Oladipo. Same starting 5 with Darren Collison, Bogdanovich, Thaddeus Young, Miles Turner, and Nate McMillan. So they're still pretty much the same old team from last year. But they will reach the next level. They got to be in the top 4, top 3. So can't wait to see what they do this year. Number 4, my Washington Wizards. Yes, my Wizards, number 4. Because I don't know why people got them as 6 or 7 because of last year. But I feel we can be top 4, top 3 in my opinion. But most my Wiz fans said top 3 because the talent we have. But I got them at 4, at least for now. But I want to see what my Wiz can do with John, Brad, Otto, Keith, Dwight, plus a better bench with Sato and Rivers and Oubre and Green, Mahimi. They got them all. So deepest team probably in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. Number 3, the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, I got to put Philly at 3 because Simmons and Embiid probably the next 2 superstars in the Eastern Conference, along with Kawhi Leonard, which I'm going to get to in a moment. But Philly, they're going to be a top 3, but we'll see because they did lose 2 shooters in Bellinelli and Arsenio Sola. But the key is Markelle Fultz. If he can stay healthy, then Philly's gonna be a scary team in the league. But they did add Wilson Chandler, which is a great pickup because Covington, he's good, but he can be a little, up and down sometimes. Still got Dario Saric and JJ Redick. Still got Coach Brett Brown. So I want to see what this young team can do this year after they won 50 games last year and made second round playoffs. So we'll find out soon enough. Number 2, the Toronto Raptors. I got them at number 2 by default because they added Kawhi Leonard and traded away DeMar DeRozan in San Antonio. You still got Lowry, Valanciunas, Ibaka, and they added Danny Green, which is part of the Kawhi Leonard deal. So, same bench, but they lost Jakob Poeltl, but they picked up Greg Monroe, which is a good pickup to back up Valanciunas. But Kyle Lowry is my eye test because I really want to see how he's going to play without his backcourt mate, DeMar DeRozan, last couple years. So, it's going to be fun to see what he does. And I will see him when we see the Raptors play on the 20th. So, can't wait to see it. Can't wait for that. Number 1, the Boston Celtics. Of course, Boston number 1 because they got a squad. They were so close to getting the finals last year. They get Kyrie back. They get Hayward back. They got the bench is still good with Rozier, Aaron Baines, and Marcus Morris. You name it. And they're 5 with Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, Horford, Hayward, and young star Jason Tatum. And probably the best coach in the NBA, in Brad Stevens, possibly either first or second. You still got him. Can't question him. Wherever their team's down, whatever, they're still gonna find a way to win. That's why they're number 1 in the Eastern Conference. So when we come back, one last break, we're gonna get to what to come on my show this upcoming season.
I'm seeing something a little bit different. I want to say to the audience here and nationwide, I'm so happy that you're on this show today because one of the things that I've been talking about for the last weeks, I've made it a point to watch Washington Wizards game more so than ever before. I'm watching you show up in the first quarter. I'm watching you show up in the fourth quarter. I'm watching you play on both ends of the floor, doing what you're doing, and the Washington Wizards are 26-8 in their last 34 games. I'm looking at you right now. I consider you to be one of the premier guards in the entire NBA who's gone widely unnoticed. Do you feel that way about yourself? Do you feel that you're just starting to get the recognition that you deserve?
I think so. I've been saying this for the last couple of years. I probably haven't been getting the recognition that I wanted, but it comes with winning. You got to be able to win. I'm healthier than I ever been in my career, and without my other 14 teammates and coaching staff, I wouldn't be able to be the player I am. So I think we're getting the recognition now.
Who's the best point guard in the NBA?
Me.
Welcome back, Wiz Nation. And now it's time for what to come this season on Wiz Nation. That's it. In each show, you'll see headlines, meaning around the NBA, some news, breaking news, what I saw on TV, some other games. But I will cover the Wizards breaking news, all that, because, that's my show. But headlines, it's what I see. I got lead pad and all that, NBA TV. So, and also there will be a Wizards poll where I'll post a poll question on Twitter where everyone will vote. And the next episode on my show, we'll get back to it. And there will be special guests on my show where whoever impressed me with your tweets and thoughts, whatever, I'll hook you up and you'll be part of my show, which you saw on my last show, my schedule review show. You'll see how it works. So check that out if you like. And there will be Twitter questions. It can be, you can send me a question, I'll send you a question. and we'll talk about that during the show. And in the beginning of each show, there will be thoughts and numbers after each game. I'm gonna give why I saw from the Wiz after each game, and we'll go through the numbers from each game. And there's many more to come. So, oh, and by the way, and during the season there will be some special episodes like who's making the All-Star team. It's gonna be some playoff preview show if we make the playoffs, which I assume that we will make the playoffs. There will be like stuff from like after All-Star break's over. We'll see in the second half of the season some top plays and all that. So it's gonna be a fun year. Oh, and by the way, if I see some negative tweets or stuff Facebook kind to me, you will immediately get called out on my show, because there's no room for negativity on my show. Just give you a heads up on that, so watch what you say. So that's about it. Thank you for watching. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @CamMingo, or you can search my full name, Cameron Mingo. And one more thing before we head on out, there will be no post-game shows in the preseason. I'll be just keep my eyes on the preseason and watch the Wiz. So I'll see you on the 18th, where we play the Miami Heat. Once season begins, it's gonna be a lot of shows to come. So thank you. Good night, DC family. We are out.
Hey, you ready? Hey, grab that right there. Are you ready? Is you ready? Ready. You say you ready. Whole squad ready. Ready. Is you ready? Are you ready? Ready. Is you ready? Whole squad ready. We came here to see Jet. What you got? No, not on my watch. No way. Bring what you got. I'm going to the top. You can bring what you got. I'm going to the top. Bring what you got. Bring what you got. I'm going to the top. I'm going to the top. Are you ready? You know what time it is, right? They don't want us to make it, so it's time to take it.